We've just been through this phase of Corona for the last, I think, 2 months now, and we've been staying at home, have quarantined ourselves, and unable to see the outside world for more. Maybe not even stepped out of our homes. घर से बाहर भी नहीं आ पाए. So it's been many days seeing the actual beauty and actual beauty of the outside world, right? In all these circumstances, everybody of us has been working hard and have been working from their homes, confined themselves into their spaces, their living spaces, and still being able to communicate with each other. Right. So all of this has made up us to basically upgrade ourselves in terms of our technology, in terms of our way to get things done, as our way to delegate, if I can use this term. How did we do that? We upgraded ourselves by using digital media platforms. Earlier, we were using mobile phone calls as phone calling communications, but as soon as this lockdown started, we started using Zoom calls more often. We started using live apps where you can stream live, such as Restream or Facebook Live, or we started communicating more through Microsoft Teams. We upgraded ourselves in terms of the technology, right? In terms of our way to get things done through digital media rather than the traditional methods that we were using, right? This was a part of this 2 months. These have been a part of upgradation and our thought process change, basically, right? So I'll here be able to speak a little bit on delegation part with in context to COVID-19 situation. Yeah. So I'm seeing people pouring in on chats. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mr. Tiwari. Good morning, Mr. Yadav. So there'll be participants coming in another minute or so. So yes. So in this situation, this pandemic situation that we are on, where it is difficult for our managers to get their things done, they've upgraded themselves into more digital way or digitalized way of getting the projects completed, getting the work done. For example, if we go with our own supply chain industry and our company Safe Express, where firstly we used to do the manual part in terms of taking bookings a little, we went all in all into doing the digital way. Is now our company is laying stress on going it into 100% adherence to go the digital way. In terms of taking the payments, firstly we were paying our customers, our clients were paying in cash. Abhi we want them to pay digitally, right? So now in the industry, there are certain aspects where completion of work is the most important thing that you need to do, right? For a manager, it's justified that there's a project in hand, there is a timeline that he has. So for that timeline, and in that timeline he's got resources where his resources need to be utilized to get a project completed, right? So for that, there is a skill required which we call as delegation skill. अगर हम शब्दकोश में बात करेंगे, हिंदी में अगर मैं इसके बारे में आपको बताऊं, तो डेलीगेट का मतलब होता है प्रतिनिधि. डेलीगेट इज अ प्रतिनिधि और प्रत्यायुक्त, right? So it's basically giving somebody the responsibility to accomplish the task with trust and quality, right? हिंदी में कहेंगे अधिकार देना, डेलीगेट करना, अधिकार देना, या नियुक्त करना, या अपना कार्यभार को सौंपना, या किसी को अपना प्रतिनिधि बनाना, राइट? सो अपने कर्तव्यों को दूसरों को सौंपना इज कॉल्ड एज डेलीगेशन, राइट? So on behalf of yourself is what I can put it in good terms, right? So today's session, I'm going to cover things which are associated with delegation, where number one, communication skills are very important for delegation. There's time frame that we need to follow and adhere for the work that has been delegated. हमें समय दिया गया है उस काम को करने के लिए, और उसमें हमें वो काम किस तरह से करना है, कैसे करना है, that we will talk about. Detailed instructions कैसे दी जाती है is what we'll talk about. Right choices that we plan during delegation and right resource allocation is what I'll talk about, right? How are we following our procedures or our SOPs, standard operating procedures, जिसे हम follow करना होता है while we delegate our work to somebody else, right? इसके अलावा हम बात करेंगे how to delegate, why people don't delegate, हर बंदा अपना काम दूसरे को क्यों नहीं देता है, राइट? और कब आपको अपना काम डेलीगेट करना चाहिए, व्हेन टू डेलीगेट, राइट? फैक्टर्स के बारे में हम बात करेंगे, राइट? हाउ टू कीप कंट्रोल व्हाइल यू हैव गिवन योर वर्क टू समबडी एल्स टू गेट इट डन, राइट? एंड द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ फुल एक्सेप्टेंस. दूसरा हम बात कर पाएंगे डेलीगेटेड, जो हमें काम हमने किसी को दिया है, डेलीगेट किया है, वो पूरी तरह अकॉम्प्लिश क्यों नहीं हो पाता और उसे किस तरह करवाया जाए. That means effective delegation and effective tools that we are using, right? Plus, apart from this, we'll have a little bit conceptualization of time management and effectiveness in terms of delegating projects to your peers or to your team. Yeah. Third, three-step process of effective delegation is what we'll talk. How do we use the SMART method or SMART goals? I've already had discussed this SMART term again. Maybe you can have a session recap while you go on Safejob's page, and you can have the session for this as well in time management. There's one thing as effective planning and time management in terms of meetings that we are doing, right? And effective feedback on the work that we do. This are some of the topics that we'll talk. Right? Thank you so much. I see people coming in. Good morning, everybody, and good to see you coming up and listening to the session. Right? So we'll start with firstly delegation and time management. So there are the managers who do things. There are two types of managers who do things really well. Right? Number one, they're delegating tasks and projects to staff, whereas the staff will accomplish the work of the department and enable the staff to learn as well and improve their opportunities as well as their skills, right? Second will be managing their time effectively by setting priorities and having a plan to ensure that they do the right things at the right time. The learnings that we come up from all of this is, how do we have the value of improving our skills in delegation. आपको कोई task दिया जाता है, you are a manager and you have a certain task that needs to be accomplished and you have a team of 5. आपको identify करना है कि कौन कौन आपकी टीम में किस काम को करने के लिए बेस्ट है. Who is the best person that you can find out in your team to do that specific task and equally distribute work among all of them. आपको विश्वास है अपने. This does not go with the favoritism part कि हाँ ये this is the best, he has been the best all around and he will do, right? It is, you need to figure out the task, you need to figure out the qualities that your employee or your teammate or your subordinate has, who you have that trust to get it done, and you know that he'll do it in a very good manner where it will be error free, and you don't need to ask him and reiterate again and again, बार बार बोलने का जरूरत नहीं होना इस चीज के लिए, right? So इस चीज के रिगार्डिंग हम थोड़ी बात करेंगे। इसमें पर्सनल बैरियर्स होते हैं। There are certain objections where overcoming these personal barriers to delegation will also play an important role, right? Third, how are we using our time for this delegation, and how are we teaching our staff and upgrading themselves to come up to a certain mark in terms of quality, right? These are certain things. Now, this we consider delegation as the most neglected supervisory competencies basically, right? Because it's unfortunate, as there are managers who are so much busy in their work where they forget to develop about where they forget to I'm sorry where they forget to develop their subordinates or their team members, because they are so much engrossed in their work where it is difficult for them to get time. They just get a project, they know it has to be done. So with regards to stringent deadlines that they have, they basically move and distribute work in an uneven manner, irrespective of who can do the thing best, right? So it is very critical in such case at all levels to learn good delegation skills and practice them consistently. Delegation is not a rocket science, guys, right? But mastery also requires a deliberate practice in such case, and it's never too late to learn. There are people who are in an organization from 8 years, 10 years, who work on favoritism, who work on impressing their peers, right, rather than giving them work output. Every organization has it, and it's a culture, right? So to get out of that culture of favoritism, and to get out of that culture of just pleasing your peers or your seniors in terms of actions rather than your work, right, does not justify good delegation as well, and this results in a very negative environment for people who are hardworking, who are who have potential, but nobody sees their potential in such cases, right? Nobody will acknowledge them. They do good work, they deliver good, but nobody is going to hear about them because they are never good in the eyes of the managers, if we can say, put it in a good term, right? So in such case, the good employees, what they do is such things where they leave the organization, they try to find it a new way where they are more appreciated, right, where the work is being more directed to them, right? Now, why delegated tasks don't get done? Delegated tasks don't get done, there are certain reasons from the employee's side, right? The employee does not, firstly, you assigned a task, you are an area manager, you are a regional manager, there's a certain project you have assigned that project in a time frame of 2 months, you have 10-member team who needs to accomplish that project, right? And it has been already 30 days and you don't have any update on it. You're working on project, you expect that every single day your team comes up, there's a tracker where you need to get a regular updates, right? So in such cases, there's a lack, right? So how can that lack be? From the employee side, if we think, number one, did the employee understand the task that was given? Yeah. Or does the employee have the adequate skills that is required to complete the task, right? Or maybe he doesn't have the tools or resources, right? Maybe he didn't understand the task all in all, and he doesn't understand the need of that task, right? Or he doesn't know how to deal with an obstacle, या वो डर रहा है पूछने से कि हाँ कुछ गलती हो जाएगी, या उस वजह से डरता है, right? Or he doesn't think that the task is important, right? Or he doesn't want to complete that task all in all, will issue है उसमें, right? As small example if I go, right, There is a reporting, there's a term called as sending reports, right? There is an everyday update on the report which has to be sent to your respective peers or a respective team, right? Where you need to update, or as small thing as scanning a assignment, right? You need to, if somebody misses to scan, he doesn't know how to do it or he doesn't want to do it, who is at loss? The company is at loss, right? If we are saying in terms of the warehousing concept, if we go, we say that there are yellow lines, please walk in between the yellow lines, or markations, right? Where people don't walk in the marks. They say that they're not listening, right? Because they don't want to do it, right? Or maybe loading a truck. We say that the consignments need to be loaded in a very proper manner so that they don't get damaged. But people, they start playing catch and can damage. They don't want to listen after adequate training as well. So that means they were not delegated properly in these terms. They were not asked to do. The supervisors didn't do the work properly. They did not have that skills to teach them, right? Such cases. So where all of this can come as a two-way communication, and these are more or less reasons where communication plays a very important role. So now, how to delegate? So there are certain key effective delegation skills or keys, right? The task that you have, you need to assign the task at a very appropriate level. You need to understand your customers. You need to understand, I'm sorry, you need to understand your client, your teammates, your subordinates who are working. The subordinate, you need to know their skills and competencies. If you know the skills and competencies of person, or maybe you've tried to know them in a certain spell of time, you will be better able to make him understand the complexity of work, the time frame of work, and how do you get the things done in a very good manner, right? So you need to be clear about the task that will be in your mind, plus when you're explaining it to your peers. Third, you need to ensure the person to whom you're delegating that he understands the task. आपने किसी को काम दिया है, आपने किसी को बताया है कि ये इस काम है, ये इसकी weightage है, and you are representing on behalf of somebody else, right? So you need to make sure that he is up to mark on that case, or maybe exceeding expectations, right? Plus, you need to discuss with him and communicate with him in terms, or her in terms of the project or the progress that is going through, right? And you need to have a regular update. Firstly, the task will be done by somebody else, right? If he does it wrong, that doesn't mean that he's at fault and you start criticizing him and you take that project back and you say that you will do it yourself. It is where you lose your time, your skills, which you could basically, the time that you could have used it for some other project, maybe that time you're taking it to do the existing project that was given to you, given to your subordinates by you, right? So in such case, there was a difference in will and skill from the employee, maybe, or lack of understanding, which you couldn't check, right? So these are some certain things from the delegation. How do we go with this successful delegation part, where we say that we are using the power of others, right, to get things done, right? First point, start by specifying the outcome you desire to the people you trust and they deliver it, right? Establish control, right? You need to have a top, you need to be on the top, you need to be top notch, where you know that you can do it properly, but you are making sure that your team is doing properly, which will enhance their skills and take it in a positive manner and build more confidence in them, right? Identify limits to the work and provide them sufficient support, right? If you have given a task to somebody, right, give them support, assist them, have word with them. ठीक है, आप करो ये काम, मैं मैं ये अच्छा कर सकता हूँ, but you can do it better. You do it. If there is any problem, I am there. I will help you. I will pitch in, right? We'll talk, communicate together, and make sure that it gets done. Rather than कि हाँ, He's doing it, he's unable to do it, you take the project back from your subordinate or your peer, and you say that I'll do it myself. You cannot accomplish everything alone, right? There is a team. You work as a team, it will be better, right? You need to be updated with the progress that is happening on an everyday basis, and focus more on the results part than the procedures that are happening. In the end, results matter, right? Result matter karega, so you need to be more on in terms of knowing ki, what is going on an everyday basis. That is where you come up as super you, where you need no help and support, right? There is no shame in asking for help or assistance. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, but that doesn't mean you will push aside yourself and your pride, and you won't ask for help, right? So in such cases, I just want to add one thing. There is no such thing as called a single-handed success, right? When you include and acknowledge all those in your corner, you propel yourself and your teammates and your supporters to a greater heights. That's how teamwork is so much important. Sure. In terms of time management, if I talk with delegation, right? For example, a manager or a senior manager has multiple projects in hand. He's working on 3 to 4 projects, maybe not 4, maybe 5 to 6 of them, right? So equal distribution of work is done, right? In such case, he will feel stressed and overloaded firstly, right? Or maybe he'll sometimes feel very much frustrated as well, that everything is being has need to be done by him only, और कोई नहीं कर पा रहा है, मुझे ही करना है, सब कुछ मैं करूंगा तो फिर बाकी लोग क्या करेंगे, right? So if you work on your own, अगर आप अकेले काम करेंगे, तो there is only a limited amount that you can do. 2 हाथ है, 2 हाथ से उतना ही काम हो सकता है, right? 10 हाथ से कितना काम हो सकता है, you understand that. You are mature enough, आप लोग mature है इस मामले में, right? जितना मर्जी हार्डवर्क आप कर लेंगे, आप 2 हाथ से उतना ही काम कर सकते हैं, right? But if you are 5 people, that means you are 10 hands, you are 5 brains, right? You have different ideas, different ways to do things. क्या पता उसमें से कोई एक आदमी जो हो वो आपको सिंप्लीफाइड वे निकाल दे उस काम को करने के लिए, वेयर जो काम आपका 6 घंटे में होना था वो 1 घंटे में हो जाएगा, right? There are smart people who don't want to disclose themselves, right? They are comfortable in sitting on their core. They are in their comfort zone. हाँ, I have a job, I get a ABC amount salary, I am happy with it. I don't want to put more in inputs in it. मुझे जितना काम मिलता है मैं उतना करूंगा, मुझे काम नहीं मिलेगा मैं चुप रहूंगा, मैं नहीं करूंगा काम. There are people who are in that mentality. There are certain people who are hungry for work, right? Who want to excel in life, who want to go a step beyond, right? All of such people are those people which accomplish, right? Rather than those people who like to sit and listen and not react on it, right? So there are so many tasks that come up. When we know or our managers know that our peers are good at something, जब तक उन्हें मालूम नहीं इस चीज के बारे में, वो काम उनको डायरेक्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे, और अगर काम अच्छे से डायरेक्ट ना हो तो वो आगे प्रॉब्लमैटिक ही रहता है. My understanding says I believe in delivering the best quality work in the first attempt. मेरी सोच ऐसी है, काम होना है तो it will go in the very first time, और वो first time right philosophy I follow, where I don't feel myself if there is an error in my work, right? I will be open to feedback, and I will be more than happy if somebody says ki, okay, there was this problem, can you correct it? I will do it then and there. That's my way of functioning, which I also like. Plus I delegate work. If I think that I'm unable to do this myself and somebody else can do it on my behalf, I will ask him to do it and push him, right? Plus I will be on top of him, I will be looking overviewing him, but I will not stop him from doing his way, his style. सबका अपना तरीका होता है काम करने का. Let them do it in their way. In the end, results matter, right? So on the positive side, if we go with this there is a tremendous opportunity. So if you can find out the way from this limitation, right, you realize this as an opportunity, you will genuinely be successful. ठीक है? People don't delegate, people don't like to. There are some people जो सोचते हैं कि मैं ही कर लूंगा सब कुछ, everything I will do it myself. Why the team? Because then that case they are unable to accomplish. ठीक है? By doing work yourself, all of it, you basically fail to make the best use of your time, right? Secondly, by involving meaningfully people that in the project, you develop people skills. अगर आप 4 आदमी को अपने में इन्वॉल्व करते हो तो आप उनके स्किल्स को एनहांस कर रहे हो, उनकी एबिलिटी को एनहांस कर रहे हैं, राइट? एक प्रोजेक्ट की जगह आप 6 प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि सबको खाने का एक एक टुकड़ा अगर सबके पास आए तो you will try and bring more food. If you have one food and you eat it all yourself, you won't be able to justify others, right? When to delegate is the point that I want to add. Delegation is basically a win-win when if it's done appropriately, right? In such case, if necessary information is imparted to your teams where they can understand and learn, right, these will basically help you to grow and do something else, accomplish something else. एक काम आया आपके पास 10 मेंबर की टीम है, आपको पता है ये एक आदमी कर सकता है इसको, give it to him. Take another project, you know that this guy can do it properly, or 2 people can do it, give it to them, keep a check on it, but give it to them. That's how you'll be able to accomplish more in a short span, right? Plus, basically, if there is a project, all you need to do is adhere to their timelines. Time adherence is very important. कुछ काम है, उसका एक आपको एनालाइज करना है कि हाउ मच टाइम इज देयर फॉर अवेलेबल टू डू दैट जॉब, या उसको जॉब को कितनी बार, अगर आप एक बार ही में अकॉम्प्लिश करते हो, या आपके पास टाइम है कि उसको आप बार बार करेक्शंस करते रहो, राइट? अगर काम नहीं हो पाता है टाइम पे तो उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या है, यू नीड टू मेक इट अंडरस्टैंड व्हेन यू डेलीगेट वर्क टू समबडी एल्स. जब आप किसी को प्रतिनिधि बनाते हो अपने काम के लिए तो उसको ये चीज समझानी जरूरी है, राइट? एक्सपेक्टेशंस क्या है वो भी एक क्लियरली डिफाइंड होनी चाहिए, गोल्स भी, कि जो रिजल्ट्स हैं वो हाईएस्ट क्वालिटी में आना है, राइट? और अगर हाईएस्ट क्वालिटी में नहीं भी आता, अगर एडिक्वेट क्वालिटी में आ रही है, ओके आ रहा है, तो क्या वो अच्छा है या क्या वो बुरा है, ये क्लियरली डिफाइंड होना चाहिए, राइट? थर्ड, इन केस इफ यू फेल, टाइमलाइंस नहीं हो पा रही है या कुछ फेलियर हो जाता है, ए बी सी रीजन, would it be crucial, right? Would the failure be a crucial thing, right? And what are the learnings and the impact that you will have if you such and such things happens to you, clearly पता होना चाहिए, right? जब आप किसी को डेलीगेट करेंगे तो मेक श्योर दैट आपको उसका नॉलेज, उसके स्किल्स, उसका एटीट्यूड पता हो, राइट? और आपको ये भी पता हो कि उसको कोई टाइम की कमी है, या टाइम या रिसोर्स की उसको जरूरत है, या कोई ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत है या नहीं, यू शुड नो अबाउट इट, राइट? सेकंड, उसका वर्क स्टाइल, योर द पर्सन दैट यू आर गिविंग वर्क टू, यू शुड नो हाउ इंडिपेंडेंट दैट पर्सन इज, कि उसको, किसी को 4 आदमियों के बीच में काम करना अच्छा लगता है, किसी को अकेले बैठ के काम करना अच्छा लगता है, राइट? Depending on him, you should know how independent he is. Second, what does he want from his job? क्या वो है भी उसका, नहीं है, right? Does he want to work or not? He doesn't want. Check his long-term goals and long-term interests that he wants, right? और ऑलरेडी क्या उसके ऊपर ज्यादा वर्कलोड तो नहीं है, ये एक आदमी स्ट्रेस्ड है 6 प्रोजेक्ट्स के साथ और उसी का सेम टीममेट है, उसके पास वर्कलोड नहीं है, राइट? मेंटेन दैट बैलेंस, राइट? Focus on results is the last thing I will add more. And delegation to the lowest level possible. आप सबसे जहां तक हो सके आप अपना काम डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करें. अगर as a manager you need to distribute, right? But in the end the buck will stop at you because you are on top of all of it. So you need to be on top of all of it. Plus आपका काम जो है equal level पे equally distribute होना चाहिए हर टीम मेंबर के लिए, right? The last thing a manager should do is establish and maintain the control, right? आप डिस्कस कीजिए अपनी टीम के साथ, डिस्कस टाइमलाइंस, डिस्कस द डेडलाइंस दैट फॉर दिस वर्क, राइट? चेक पॉइंट्स बनाइए, रिव्यू करें प्रोजेक्ट को, ट्रैकर बनाए, ट्रैकर में डेली अपडेट्स लें, ट्रैक कीजिए, राइट? मेक एडजस्टमेंट्स इफ नेसेसरी, अगर चेंजेस लाना है साथ के साथ चेंजेस लाइए, टाइम कीजिए सबमिटेड वर्क को जो है, when somebody submits work to you, review करें उसे properly, right? All in all, what you have to do is you have to keep control over your subordinates, plus delegate it properly to everybody, so that आपकी टीम के स्किल्स एनहांस हो, आपके सबॉर्डिनेट्स जो ऐसा लगता है जिन्हें कि वो पीछे रह रहे हैं, या आपको ऐसा लगता है कि वो पीछे रह रहे हैं, तो इन दैट केस यू नीड टू मेक देम लर्न, राइट? एंड दैट्स हाउ यू विल डू इट, बाय गिविंग देम वर्क एंड मेकिंग अपग्रेडिंग देम, कि हाँ ये काम इस तरह होना है, इनपुट्स देते रहें, बट डोंट गो ऑन देयर हेड्स कि हाँ मुझे ये करना है, ये करवा के दो, दैट्स इट, बात खत्म. नो, हेल्प देम इफ दे आर अनेबल टू डू इट, राइट? मेक देम लर्न, make them understand कि yes, this can be done in this way. Identify skills, identify competencies, identify learnings that you can, you know, that the person can do attitude, right? I'll end this word with a saying from Newt Gingrich, right? Lions cannot afford to hunt mice because they literally will starve to death even if they catch them, right? Lions and all large carnivores have to hunt game large enough to justify the investment. So they have to hunt antelope or a zebra, right? Why is it important, right? Because most senior executives are really big on chipmunks, right? Thank you so much. I'll address one question that's coming up from Renuka Nayarji. But delegating a completely new task to a person in the name of making him versatile is appropriate. His skill is totally different from an assigned task. Yes, there are new tasks, but you can still update them. You can still make them learn. Kuch bhi naya hai, everything is new. You don't learn from your mother's womb, right? Everything comes in as new to you. You need to be adaptable to all of it, right? Maybe it will take 10 days more or maybe 5 days more, 2 दिन की जगह 5 दिन लग जाएगा, but if you have that zeal to learn, you will definitely be able to accomplish it and maybe improve your skill set. नहीं होगा skill set तो आप skill set improve कर पाओगे. I hope that justified your answer, right? Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. I am signing off for today. I hope it was a good session for all of you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.